Hello and welcome to Burnout, the weekly drag racing show. I'm your host, Wes Buck, and we are so excited to have you. The most significant storyline in drag racing remains, without question, the coronavirus pandemic and how it's impacting racers, racing facilities, motorsports manufacturers, and fans around the country. Of course, your friends here at Burnout, myself, along with co-host Alex Taylor and Mike Galimi, will attack this subject from every imaginable angle a little later in the show. There has, however, been some specific COVID-19 related news that has served as a real gut punch to those of us in the racing community when President Trump addressed a host of commissioners from most the major sporting leagues, the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, NASCAR, and UFC. President Trump indicated that while he felt progress was being made toward an eventual reopening of American sports, if you will, he wouldn't commit to a timeline. While the National Football League has said they intend to start their season on time during the second week of September, even that, a return to whatever our new normal will look like a full 5 months from now, is not only hard to fathom, but seems a little optimistic considering the current state of affairs. What that means for the sport of drag racing, I'm not entirely sure, and I hardly know where to start, but we have already seen 2 drag strips cancel their entire 2020 seasons, and unfortunately, they may not be the last. Again, we'll dive into this topic a little later in the show along with Alex and Mike. In drag racing media news, this last week we heard from NHRA as to their plan to temporarily shift National Dragster to a free-to-all digital magazine. What this means for one of drag racing's true institutions remains to be seen. But if you have the most recent printed copy of National Dragster, I'd hang on to it. Sticking with that media theme, Jeff Burke, longtime editor-in-chief and founder of DragRacingOnline.com, announced his retirement a few weeks ago, and the sport of drag racing will undoubtedly miss his oft-polarizing point of view and perspective. On behalf of myself and everyone at Burnout, we wish Jeff and his wife Kay the absolute best as they move forward. Incredibly, all 20 years of Drag Racing Online's content will be archived and available on their website. I also honestly expect to hear a little bit out of the Burkster on social media from time to time. Racers continue to get creative with ways to occupy their time away from the drag strip. The rush to video game-based competitions like the iRacing platform being leveraged by NASCAR and the World of Outlaws surely continues, but we're also seeing racers get creative with ways to engage their fan base. Standout Pro Mod racer Mark Caruso and his daughter Camry, who regularly participates in Top Sportsman competition, have been hosting daily Q&A sessions on their Facebook fan page, question and answer sessions along with interviews with guest callers throughout the industry. Just one of hundreds of examples of racers and manufacturers being creative in ways to connect with their fan base and customers during these socially distant times we're living in. And that's the week in review.